Hello everyone, you're watching Newegg TV. I'm Jennifer, and look what ASUS sent me to play with. This is the Republic of Gamers G-Series G750JZ gaming laptop, and I'm going to give you an awesome in-depth overview of it. In the last video I did for ASUS on their most recent line of ROG gaming laptops, I covered the basic specs of the G750JM. Previous to that, I had the pleasure of doing a video on the G750JH. By pleasure, I meant that I was able to take the notebook home for the weekend and game on it for something approaching 10 straight hours as part of a live stream. It performed beautifully. I was ready to keep it forever by the end of hour 4. Now ASUS has handed me their new flagship, the G750JZ. Running a new 880 mobile graphics processor from NVIDIA, ASUS has asked me to have fun and play some games for several hours on their rig. Hey, if ASUS wants me to play video games all day, who am I to argue? Before we get to the fun stuff, let's get the hardwared facts out of the way on this rig. Sporting the same aluminum and plastic chassis as the previous edition, you can expect a rugged-looking exterior design. The physical features of this notebook are made with utility as the primary focus. The dimensions are 16.1 by 12.5 by 0.7 inches, and it weighs in at 9.9 pounds. Around the outside, the JZ model differs little from the JM, featuring a Kensington lock, 2 USB 3.0 ports, a Blu-ray combo optical drive, and a multi-SD card reader on the right side. Down the left, you'll find the power connection, VGA port, LAN port with up to 1000 megabits capability, 2 more USB 3.0 ports, and your mic and headphone jacks. What you can't see from the outside is the Bluetooth 4.0 and the wireless LAN, which is running at 802.11 AGN on the Killer Wireless networking card. Around the backside is the large cooling fin array. The cooling system on the G750J series pulls air in from the underside across 2 dedicated copper heat sinks and blows it out of these back fins with 2 separate fans on the CPU and GPU. I'll show you the in-game cooling numbers a bit later that demonstrates the effectiveness of this system. On the underneath, you get a fairly large subwoofer for a notebook PC, and this is connected to the ROG Audio Wizard, giving you a customizable sound experience. Also, there's a panel that gives you access to upgrading the HDD, SSD, and memory. Not that you need to with the JZ model. It is already loaded with the max 32 gigs of GDDR3L. Storage on the JZ is ample with a 1 terabyte mechanical drive and 2 256 gig SSDs in RAID 0 configuration. You may have 99 problems, but with the G750JZ, load times won't be one. The rest of the guts include the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 880 mobile GPU with 4 gigabytes of GDDR5. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. With all that power, you're thinking battery life might be in the toilet. But no, NVIDIA has loaded the rig with their Optimus technology, which increased battery life by 56%, giving the user 366 minutes without the cord. ASUS also included their TurboMaster software, allowing you to overclock the GPU by 5% when needed. The CPU is the Intel Core i7-4700HQ, rocking its own 6 megabytes of L3 cache and a max turbo frequency of 3.4 gigahertz. The keyboard features full-size QWERTY keys that are backlit. Many of you have seen my personal ASUS making cameos on other videos, and I can say from one ASUS to the next that the features do not differ in terms of function controls and media keys. This means that if you have used or own an ASUS notebook, regardless of the model, you will be able to jump right into this machine. The touchpad on the wrist rest is massive. It is over 4 inches in length with dedicated left and right buttons. I appreciate the distance ASUS placed between the touchpad and the spacebar, keeping accidental thumb bumps while typing from messing up documents or emails. I do recommend using a gaming mouse for that purpose. Be sure to use function F9 when you plug in a mouse to lock the touchpad. The G750JZ features a full HD 17.3 matte finish screen. There's a built-in webcam and microphone array at the top of the bezel. Now on to the fun stuff. I spent the better part of 6 hours leveling up my Final Fantasy XIV character on the G750JZ. As with the previous ROG notebook I gamed on, the experience was seamless. The size and clarity of the screen puts you right in the game, and after many hours of continuous battles, questing, and running around the map as a 34-inch tall Arcanist, I appreciated that the CPU temps stayed nice and cool. The ambient temperature in the room I played in was 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to show you how cool this notebook stays under load, I turned the air conditioning off in the studio and let the temp rise to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I put all of the GPU settings to max and turned on the ASUS GPU tweak to overclock the GPU 5% more. I gamed for another hour and a half. Here's a screenshot of GPU tweak showing the temps on the GPU, and one more shot of the CPU monitor temps. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that overview. If you liked it, please like it, and remember to subscribe to all of our various YouTube channels. If you don't mind, I'm going to get back to this because I really just can't get enough of gaming on this laptop. Anyway, until next time, I'm Jennifer, and thank you for watching Newegg TV.